Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new story. The name of this story is What If Naruto, The Return of Prince of Olympus, and yeah guys, it is an unscripted story as well. Now before continuing this, yes, it is inspired from a fiction that is quite similar to the name as well. So you can find it on Google. I will, put the name of that fiction in the description, maybe. I don't know. Aside from that, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And as for why the short story today, after uploading a movie yesterday, the thing is that I just want to take a day off. It's not one of a good day for me here, so yeah, I still gotta do my work, which is to upload a video for you guys, so I hope you enjoy it. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Roll the intro! Our story begins with a tale of the three virgin goddesses as to how they became virgins. As for Hestia, the goddess of earth, it was obvious that she had witnessed for quite a millennia the failure of a marriage between her siblings, so she decided to go against it and remain single and virgin forever. As for Artemis, the goddess of earth, moon, and maidenhood, it was quite obvious because of her, well, domains, as well as because she has rescued most of her girls to join in hunt from those said households in which males were quite cruel to their children as well as their wives. So, her hatred was justified, but it was quite outdated. As for Athena, it was quite uncertain. Some came up with the reasons in the demigod realms that she just thought too much of herself, that she was high and mighty, and no one was there out who could match her caliber or satisfy her conditions. So she too remained a virgin goddess because in her mind either marriage was insufficient and just a waste of time because she had witnessed it herself for her what her father has done and Hera has. But that is not the case. You see, the truth was that there was once a god that she liked. The god of friendship and loyalty, Naruto, son of Zeus and Hera. He was the youngest god, born from both of them, and was regarded as the Prince of Olympus. He was quite different from all of the brothers that she had, as all that came to an end when something terrifying recurred what Naruto had committed. He had committed the greatest crimes of an all. He tried to rape Hera herself. And Zeus, even though he was heartbroken but was angry and knew he couldn't save his son, and even Hera knew that Naruto was nothing more than a monster. His domains was stripped away from him, and he was sealed away. Even in the end, she was disgusted by how he bleeded, and even Artemis' trust was broken, and so was everyone's other in him. And he was left there to fade away because of the pain that he has brought on them. Since he was quite close to them, nobody expected that such a thing could be done by him, since of his domains and his behavior. But in the end, all the proofs were against him, so he was banished there. Naruto till the end tried to convince them that it wasn't him, but he was thrown there. Ares was the one who himself kicked him into that portal and closed it up. As we see now, Athena opened her eyes in her library as her owl, her spirit, arrived there, animal spirit, with a scroll. You know that I don't like these sort of things. Why have you brought these here? I told you to get rid of them. As the owl said something to her with through his eyes, as she understood. Even if they contain knowledge and are a part of knowledge that exists or should exist in this library, I don't want anything to do with him. He is to be forever forbidden to be speaking here, and he soon should fade away. But then she looked at the scroll. It had emblem of the god of war. Ares, why did you brought me this? As after that, she began to read. It was Ares' personal diary. The stupid warmonger god has kept everything in record there. It's quite surprising from someone like him. As she began to read how he has caused chaos as well as all those stuff that has happened in the mortal realm. But then came one thing that disturbed her and shocked her to the core. It was actually him who was jealous of Naruto. At first it was just that, and then it got worse and worse until he himself got so jealous that he, in the form of him, tried to rape Hera, and every proof was pinned against him. As she began to hyperventilate, no, It can't be. As she heard a voice when she uttered out these words, what can't be? Athena. As she turned towards the voice source, it was her father, Zeus. My my pet brought this scroll. I think you should see this, father. It is Ares. You know that this is not nice, Athena. Hand that over. I am going to, but you have to see this, father. Please. It is regarding Narda. You know that his name is forbidden here, as thunder boomed. He has done something that is despicable. He is not my son. Zeus said with a voice of hurt, you have to see this. Please. It changes everything. As after that, Zeus begrudgingly held the scroll and began to read about the one person he did not want to think about, because it hurted him still. And in the end, Hera as well. She was traumatized. For God's sake. As after reading some of it, his eyes widened as he dropped the scroll. What? Then he was telling the truth. Zeus said as he fell down, as he grabbed his head in shock. Why didn't we listen to him? He was telling the truth all this time. As then the fates appeared. Yes, he was indeed, said one of them. Because now there is a need. He should be back here instead, and aid you all to defeat the crooked one who is near the awake, or otherwise what you have will crumble down. It is time for the prince to arrive and take his place honorably. As with those words, it was solidified what fate has revealed to two of them, as after that they left. Since they only answered to Zeus, it was bound that they should tell him first. What should we do, father? Gather everyone, especially Ares. Make sure that he is there. He has a lot to answer for. As after that, every god and goddess was there. Apollo, Hermes, Artemis, Athena herself, who was shaken up. Even Hades was there, Poseidon, as well as the rest of the goddess and gods. What is the importance, brother? Why have you called for such an emergency meeting? The Solitis is quite far away still. It is not of matter. We have found out something of great caliber. Ares, stand in the center. You are to be courted today. As Hera suddenly got worried. What do you mean courted? What he has done? Everything will be revealed. Your diary was found, or more like your scroll was found, by Athena. And what it contained had some information that could be quite disturbing, Ares. It would be better if you reveal yourself and tell us the truth. So you found out about that incident. What incident? Apollo said. Nardo's incident. As they all turned cold. Why are you mentioning him? Father, he has mentioned him, you should punish him. No, we have made a mistake. It was us who had made a mistake, son. Nardo never did those sort of things. As everyone gasped after Zeus said these words, but more so ever was Hera. Tell me, Zeus, that you're lying. It was clearly him. I even sensed his aura. As much as I hate to admit, it was truly him, brother, said Hestia, as she also, being the kindest, was angry at the time for what he has done, even after taking care of him like that, as Athena was close on the verge of crying. Tell them the truth, you bastard. Tell them what you have done. Yes, Ares, tell them. I'm not gonna force you. Don't make me. You have only one chance. If you waste that chance, I will be forced to spew the truth out of your mouth. Fine, if that's what you want to hear after all these years. I was the one who did this. I grabbed the portion that Hephaestus made to change my form, and I grabbed Naruto's hair. I was the one who devised this plan, because I was jealous of his authority. Even though he was the youngest of all of us, why come he be the Prince of Olympus and not us? Me, for that reason. I was the one who was closest to you. I was the one you all adored. Nobody adored you, you brute, said Athena with disgust. As Artemis then said, wait, so you really did that? You tried to rape your own mother? So what? I wasn't going to do that. I was only threatening her so that she could blame that idiot and he could be sent there, where he probably would have by the time now faded. As this twisted their stomach, they have sent their sibling after stripping away his power. As Zeus and Hera were more than ever heartbroken after finding out the truth. We have to get him back. We have to try. As Hades then said, I know, we have to. Wait, Poseidon then said, even you? He was a kind soul. And at the time, it still confused me and bugged me to this day, but how idiots can you be to think that he would have done this? I just remained quiet because Sparky over here was quite mad at the time, and I did not want it to incur his wrath and start a war with him. But do you think he will trust us all now after what we have done? Hermes said. I mean, it's Naruto. His domains were loyalty and friendship like Hestia and all. He should be. As this question alone made Zeus and Hera shiver. Their little baby boy now would be mad at him, who they only thought of as a monster for many millennia, because of his big brother. As after that, Zeus and the other two big three went with him as they arrived in a discreet location, where, with their powers and domains, they activated a portal, out of which Apollo went inside and dragged out Naruto, who was covered in dirt and a lot of gashes and blood. He looked like he was close to dying, and he was bleeding. Oh my god, what has happened to him? Even Artemis felt sad as tears were welling up in her eyes, as Naruto was brought to the best healer, Apollo, as he then took him to his temple. As time began to pass, and it was time for Ares to be punished, and in Naruto's stead, he was to be thrown there. But Poseidon said it will be wise that once Naruto woke up, his punishment will be decided, as it took Naruto quite a few time to wake up, some years. As during those years, let's just say, Percy Jackson events happened, and Ares was let loose at the time because it was needed to, and even then Ares let them down, instead of proving himself to be changed and feeling guilty of what he has done because of his jealousy. He sided with Kronos for one bit because he wanted war, and for that it was solidified that there needed to be something done for Ares, otherwise there will be a lot of hell to pay. And it was the time when Percy Jackson returned with a bolt, or you can say lightning bolt, of Zeus, when Apollo rushed inside. Naruto is awake! As this was when heard, the demigods were quite shocked as Chiron's eyes widened. What? Lord Naruto is back? As they were happy as tears was welling up in his eyes. As he then said, we'll leave. You can go take care of that first. As Zeus nodded at the center before they all left. Centaur, I mean. As now we go towards the camp Half-Blood. What do you mean, Lord Naruto? And how come there's a god that is named after a fish cake? Said Annabeth. Stop, Annabeth. That could be your stepfather, you know. Wait, what? What do you mean? As Chiron began to tell the whole campers after gathering them the tale, as Dionysus, who was also there, heard the story, and he was quite sad. As we go towards the room where we see Naruto, as he looked at all of them, with silence before getting up and trying to leave. Naruto, please wait, said Hera. Why? What for? Naruto's voice was cold. Please, we're sorry. Listen, I wanted nothing more than all of you to be happy. Even this brute over here who I shouldn't have trusted. I guess I shouldn't have trusted anyone. I just need some time away from all of you. So that is why I'm leaving. Just leave me alone, okay? As Naruto, after saying that, began to leave, as he was stopped on the outer gates of the temple of Apollo by the side of two. As he ignored them, didn't even bother looking at them, as those two were Artemis and Athena. As Athena began to cry, as Artemis felt rage inside of her. Oi, shouldn't you? Shut up! After all these years, this is the first thing you say to me? Should have then again thought. What could I expect from all of you? Within seconds, you all changed side and colors. I don't even know what to think of all of you at the time. I just want to leave. Naruto said as he began to leave. As after walking some time, he found himself into a place that was called Camp of Blood. What is this place? As Chiron was surprised to see him, and so was Dionysus. Hey little bro, what are you doing here? Where am I? It seems they have sent you here. Or more like she has. Who? As suddenly Zeus and Hera's images were shown. I'm sorry, son, but I cannot allow you to leave. If you want some time away from us, then you will remain here where we can see you. I'm sorry for what has happened. Sorry is not the word that I'm looking for, my lord. Naruto wouldn't address him as father, which hurted him. I just don't want anything to do with you. I just want my life, and live it freely, as I wish now. I don't want to think about anyone. Not you, not her, not anyone else. I'm done. I tried my best. Trust me, I did. And the repayment that I got, let's just say it was more than I expected. And as for that brute, I'm not something like him. Leave him as he is. You're the one who spoiled him in the end. You're the one who threw me there. Naruto said as, after saying these words, he left. As the king sighed as the queen disappeared after crying, not wanting to show anyone her weak side. As everyone was shocked to see that someone speak to them like this. Who is he? Said Clarice from Ares' camp. He's someone who your father framed. He is the true prince of Olympus, and the one who was banished in the stories. The one who tried to rape his own mother? That story was made up. It was your father in his form who tried to do this. It is revealed now. As everyone looked at Camp Ares like they were a bunch of rapists and criminals. Stop looking at them like this. No child should... I can't believe I'm saying this. Blamed for what their father has done. And I'm not a god. I'm just a normal human. All of my domains and all my powers have been stripped away. You can say I'm just an unkillable human now. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll just remain away from all of you. Just continue on working. Think like I don't exist. And I'll be on my way then. As after that, Naruto tried to get outside of the barrier of the camp half-blood, only to see that he couldn't. What the? It seems that they have put forbiddance on you. What? And it's from Athena, as well as the rest of the guards. They don't want you to leave these perimeters. As Naruto's blood boiled. Why? What they have done isn't enough? I've suffered enough. Chiron. Lord Naruto, what happened? What happened, he says. Don't you know? Being tortured for millennia without anything you have done. It has its changes on people. You begin to think that what they have done, they will change. They will realize their mistake, but when they already did, it was already too late. And I heard that it was by a mistake that they found out. And they did not even want to listen at first and comprehend that it was actually not me who had done this. Even though they know that it was beyond me to ever think of something like this. And I was madly in love with her at the time. Same could be said for her. She feels guilty and is in love with you indeed. I'd rather go marry Medusa than marry her now. As up in Olympus, as everyone was hearing this exchange, Athena began to weep. Weep badly when he said these words, as everyone felt a sucker punch to their gut, because Naruto has changed, and for the worst it seems. But what about the Olympus? You are the true prince. The prophecy has came and you are needed. Oh, now they need me, so they came, so they called me out. After what, it is done, I'll go back? I don't want anything to do with that thing, please. My lord can regime all he wants. He doesn't have to fear that I, the Prince of Olympus, will overthrow his regime. He can continue doing as he pleases. Sleep with as much as woman, break that woman's heart, and I will not be there this time to console her. Not like any other of her children's do. As Hera was again shaking as she was on the verge of crying as Zeus looked down, and tears were falling down his eyes as well, because of the mistake that he has committed. I don't want anything to do with them. I don't want their pity. I don't want nothing. I just want to live freely. And if that is not allowed, then I want to be allowed to die, so I can fade away finally. As this made them all gasp. As Athena then said, no, it cannot be allowed. As Artemis then said, what we have done to him is... So what? You should man up and deal with that, said Ares. Shut the fuck up, you son of a bitch, said Hera herself. But I'm your son. No, I should have some strong drinks when I made you. But the biggest mistake of my life. You make Hephaestus look like a much more noble son. What did you say, woman? Father, how can you? Shut the fuck up, Ares. Even if he has forgiven you, we haven't. As a matter of fact, from this day onwards, your domain are stripped away. You are nothing more than mortal. Your powers, immortality, everything is to be taken. I don't want to see you. As his throne crumbled, there is no need for war. And there is certainly no need for god of war. As Ares was then thrown out of the Mount Olympus, as Poseidon took this as her chance now. Since Naruto didn't want anything to do with this, and she was neutral at the time, to take her chance to go and meet Naruto. As in the night time, we see that Naruto was resting on the outskirts near Poseidon's camp, because he was the second god who didn't say anything and remained neutral, and said that it could be hardly what they think, because they still at the time thought, alongside Hades, that Naruto was innocent, but he couldn't speak up because Zeus has made up his mind. As Poseidon arrived there, what do you want, uncle? It's good to see that you're not thinking that I'm your enemy. Well, you didn't say anything. I could see in your eyes that you wanted to, but you didn't. Your father had already made up his mind. I did not want it to cause war, son. You should know that. I know. And that is why I don't hate you. Or as a matter of fact, I don't hate Hades as well. Or a poor deity. As a matter of fact, she visited me a few hours ago. Really? For what reason? She said that she wanted to marry me. Really now? But I thought she's married to Hephaestus. Oh yes, she is. You know that they will agree to anything, Hera and Zeus, but they want you back, son. I don't want to go back. You have every right to be angry, Naruto. But think about the people. Think about your friends who still believed in you. Us who believed in you, son. We need your help. Not only theirs, but our homes as well will be crumbled if you're not on our side. You know, Uncle Poseidon, you really gave me a lot of think about. Even though for millennia I was there tortured, cursing your old names, but in the end, there are still some people that I cannot just hate. And as for them, I will join them in the war. They just better stay away from me, especially her. Both of her. I'll make sure. Swear on River's edicts. Now, do you know that you... Please, uncle. I swear. As the thunder boomed. As after that, Naruto went to sleep as Poseidon went back. And he, as expected, the meeting was called. But this time, Hera barked out first. What made you think it was the right decision to say that? We will not go near him. He is my son. The son that I wronged. The son that I blame. Son that I want to make up with. And you said that we won't. It was meant to. What did you expect? He would just come here and be like, oh yeah, I forgive you guys. It was bound to happen. I told you at the times the decision that you have made will have consequences. And you said so be it. It's better than raising a snake, right? As it was another punch in the gut of Hera, because she said these words regarding Naruto for what he was at least tried to do. Or more like Ares was the one who has been given a subtle punishment and was thrown in the middle of Sahara Desert all by himself without any help. And he will only remain there until he dies and reincarnate there again, because Hades wanted his revenge as well. Like this. As for Naruto, where we go, as Apollo then said, I guess he doesn't want anything to do with us now. At one time, I can't believe that he would do anything in his power to spend some time with us because we were his cool siblings. Yeah, we would prank together, go play together, and do stuff together. It all changed because of the damn bastard, said Apollo as he began to unleash his power, as Artemis clutched her throne as well. It is all his fault. Wait, I have yet to reveal this to my hunters. Can I? Do as you please, said Zeus as he wasn't being himself as well. As he looked tired, and as if he has grown much more older in the recent years. Even if for a god it was not possible, but he has. As now we go towards Naruto. It was morning when he found himself in front of a being that he knew all too well. What do you want, Kronos? You have been wronged by them. it is a perfect chance to stand by my side. You know that you are the last person who should say this to me. I don't want anything to do with your world, but you are already a part of it, kid. No matter how much you deny or try to deny your heritage, there's nothing you can do. You are a part of this war and a big influence on any side you take a hand with. Let me think. No. You will pay for this, you know. You don't have your powers. I can control you as I want. Go ahead, for all I care. I'd rather be dead than do all of this. As Gaia began to shake. What? Why is she shaking? As suddenly she was the one this time around who grabbed Kronos' face as she has finally awakened and shown herself, as the Olympians were also quite worried, as they peered where this was going on and saw Naruto there, being clutched by Kronos in hand. Naruto! Son! Everything is fine. She was the only one who I had as a companion. Leave him alone, you disgraceful bastard. But mother, I thought that you... No, I have seen the mistake that I have made, and so have they. It's alright, grandmother. But son, everything is fine. I'm not hurt. Let us leave then. Wait, why are you taking him? Zeus said, I will not let you take my son, Gaia. You won't hurt my grandmother. Please, Lord Zeus, don't. I only have one member of my family left. Silence, Naruto. What nonsense are you spouting? We all are your family. As Apollo and everyone else nodded at him with a glare, because what Naruto has said was beyond hurting them. Family. This is the least bit of thing that I could expect from you. I don't want anything to do with your world. I'd rather stay there cocooned with her. At least I will be at peace. I'm going there. As that is when Kronos took his chance to strike Naruto as he was impaled by the time thorn that he was able to release. This thorn was so strong that it would age even an immortal, as Naruto, being the only immortal, was now heavily being de-aged. As after turning into an infant, he was now going to disappear soon, as Hera grabbed her son, but before she could, Gaia intervened and the huge Titaness did something. She, with her power, turned Naruto back and gave domains to him. I gave him the domain of nature and wrath. He will have both of my domains. As Naruto with these two domains ended Kronos. As she closed her eyes, I'm sorry, grandmother. I did not. I know what you did, son. It was needed to be done. I have overseen their behavior and thought they were just children. I have not seen how bad this was. I'm so sorry, son. It's alright, Grandma. Let us leave now. Wait, Naruto, please. As Gaia and Naruto just glared at them before leaving, as Athena broke down, crying. As after that, many winters passed, Naruto never appeared again, as both Queen and King of the gods, alongside with their daughter Athena, just cried that day when the day of his birthday came, because they missed their son, the son they have wronged badly. Until it hit them, they could use the time reversal powers of the Crooked One because he was killed, and reverse the time, but it was not possible now since he was dead and his powers couldn't be used. Their only hope was so that someone could go and talk to Naruto. Unknown to them, it was already being done by Thalia Grace, who was now turned into a tree still and was the acting barrier as well, as she was connected to Naruto and speaking to him, as he and Gaia were the only one there who speak to her. Gaia has changed a lot and now favors Naruto above her children, who have committed nothing more than crimes in this world, the world that she was the queen of at one point. As Naruto was kind and just and have understood her, not like her even grandchildren who have thrown her into a deep slumber as they wished. And as for Naruto, he and Thalia have connected together, and Thalia requested that they needed him back, and he needed to go there. And after non-stop convincing again and again, he finally gave in, as he finally appeared in Camp Half-Blood, only to see that some of the campers who were not claimed were sided with the Crooked One, who has taken over the mind of Luke, the son of Hermes, who was against his father. Great, another one is here. Listen to me, kid. The game that you're playing is way too much dangerous. Do you know the consequences of these? So what? What are you gonna do? You were the wrong god. You should have chosen the crooked one. Just die. As with a single snap of his finger, Luke just turned into nothing more than smear. As everyone now feared what might happen, as Hermes and everyone else was then shown, as the real Luke appeared. Truly wonderful. I told you at the time, said a double voice. It was Kronos. That you should have sided with me, otherwise there will be consequences. Leave them alone. This is a fight between you and me, crooked one. Now even that bitch of a mother of mine cannot intervene. I will enjoy killing you, boy. Look who's talking. A walking turd. I will be the one who ends you, Kronos. As Naruto and Kronos begin the battle, as they clashed again and again and again, as the other gods who were tied and were at the verge of losing witnessed this, as in the end, the true prince prevailed and was able to kill with all of his power, as he saw that he was beginning to fade now. So this is the prophecy. I die. That is why you brought me back, huh? As Naruto looked at them, as they were now dashing towards it. No, please, no! Athena began to cry. No, I love you. Please don't go. I'm so sorry for what happened. It's enough. Jeez. You really are an idiot owl head. No matter how much I try to hate you, I am a damn idiot who has fallen for you, and I can't just bring myself to hate you in the end. You as well, Do-chan, God-chan. Every one of you. Well, sayonara then. As after that, Naruto, the true prince of Olympus, faded away. As Zeus and Hera began to cry, because the son they wanted to get close to, the time they have lost would never be recovered. And not only that, they have lost their son now. As Zeus was crying, and so was the seas and even the underworld itself, as if the whole earth was crying that day. More so ever was Yaya herself. As after that, we see that many years passed as the camp of blood was now back after the sudden tragedy that have happened, and Percy Jackson and everyone else was there as well. And once they saw and witnessed what has happened after those years, everything has changed. Gods were allowed to meet their parents, but the Ares, well, their cabin have disbanded because they have thrown away their father name because they did not want to do anything with him, and they have joined the other cabins as well. As for Hermes, he made sure that he would look out for all of his people as well this time, and his kids, so that none of them could turn out like Luke. And as for Naruto, in his throne state sat a huge statue now, which just looked at them with a smile. It was created by Hephaestus for the brother he has lost, the brother that was wronged, just like him, but much more worse. As for Athena, she just remained, as ever, a virgin, because her vow was now much stronger than ever, because even in the end, Naruto reminded her who is the one man or god who was able to submit her. Her heart was his to be, and only his. If he cannot have it, none of these else would. And as for Ares, he was being personally punished to this day as well. His punishment was now more than ever severe. Than ever. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for today. Peace!